Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Monday, the 19th day of August in the year of our Lord 2024. The 19th of August has always been a glorious, glorious reminder in my life and in my family. While the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram is alive, members of the Free National Movement, the new generation of FNM, has forgotten one of the greatest anniversaries since Pinling led the Commonwealth of the Bahamas into independence on the 10th of July, 1973. It was on the 19th of August, 1992, that the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram led the Free National Movement to its first and greatest political victory, ending the 25-year rule of Pinling and the PLP. It was a historical mark. But 32 years later, a new generation of FNM who does not know the party history, who does not believe in the struggle, and who hope that Hubert Ingram will soon be off the scene, they have refused to recognize this great, great victory. God save the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. May the history of his great victory be shared in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, because not since Pinling led us into independence that Ingram ended the 25-year rule. It's powerful. God save the King. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And of course, this is a new day here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. There are so many historic things taking place. We had an announcement by the education minister that our school children are doing better. You know, traditionally we have been a D people, D, but Education Minister Glenys Hanna has announced that there is a wonderful elevation in the examinations of our students, and that many of them, at least 7% of the students who took the examination, they now have C. So we need to look at it when you take into consideration that millions of dollars are being spent by every successive government. Very important to note, millions of dollars. And then, of course, you know, Belinda Wilson, no matter which government is in power, she has been agitating for better school conditions, for more money for the teachers, and so forth. And I think the time has come for a minister of education who's revolutionary, who loves the children them, to stand up to Belinda Wilson and the teacher union and say to them, listen man, if you can't get these children minimum grade to be B plus and all A's, we're not going to increase your salary no more, and we must be willing to do so because millions and millions of dollars are spent annually, but the children them has not done as well as they could do, which means, and I say this not as an intellectual, so if my academic analysis is incorrect, remember, I am not as educated as the professionals who are only able to get the children to pass D. So you know they're smarter than me. But I would want to think that after millions of dollars have been spent on education over the many, many years, perhaps we have to rethink our academic strategy. Why should we have these children learning about A, even though A is as big as Christ Church Cathedral, and they don't seem to know it? It might be that we are a people who ought to be trained not in the academics. I'm only trying to think out loud because the education minister, she had a number of Negro professionals with her, and I've not been pleased with what they had to say, particularly in view of the fact that they have been paying Belinda Wilson and the teachers union all kind of money. Whatever Belinda want, money. If Belinda say they working too long, they shorten the work for Belinda. Whatever Belinda say, but the children them ain't doing very, very well. Meanwhile, Life at Key has offered $1 million in scholarship. Now, how are we going to benefit from Life at Key $1 million? Unless we could put political pressure on Life at Key and tell Life at Key, now Life at Key, we only could go as far as C, sometime B, and there are a couple of students who get A. So Life at Key, we want you to ignore our academic inferiority and give us the scholarship. And then, of course, what you think them people in the back of Life at Key can say? Huh? Something is fundamentally wrong, and I am tired of successive governments spending millions of dollars on education. Millions of dollars on education. But the children them ain't doing very well. And then, of course, there is a social condition that everybody ignores. So I'll tell you what it is. The children them is smoking dope. How you expect for these children to really, really study if they're quietly smoking dangerous dope, and if they're baking dope cookies, dope cakes, and there's no one in academia who insists that every child coming to school must have a dope test. But the other day, I had to go not there, the police college to Rao, for a distinguished citizen who's never smoked dope in his life. But the insurance company want that grown man to do a marijuana test. You hear me? Just for him to be able to get a license, to get an insurance. But the children them, they're smoking dope left, right, and center. Now how do I know? Because I live in the community. And notwithstanding that I'm old, and notwithstanding that my nose is old, I could smell the dope in the air. And I know it ain't mama them smoking no dope. It's the young people. So first of all, in order to improve academically, we have to find a way to get these students to stop smoking dope. Now guess what? Glennis Anna Martin did tell this TV station that the professional told her that they are sympathetic to the young people them and they understand why they're smoking dope. But I'm not sympathetic to them. I want every young person to stop smoking dope. Smoking dope is not good for you mentally. And then secondly, I believe it's a sin. It's me. I believe it. But I shall invite my spiritual advisor to start the show because so many things has happened. And then afterward, we'll watch. My spiritual advisor, how has it been?
It's been pretty good.
I haven't seen you since Friday night when we went to Gombe.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We're going to talk about Gombe?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, yeah. But
okay.
This weekend, it's been a rather emotional weekend. You know?
For you?
Yeah, for me.
What has been the problem?
And
because
the family.
You sound like a situation I encountered. I encountered a brother who told me of a very sad sickness he had.
Right.
And the only thing I could have done to comfort him was to say to him, listen, do not upset yourself. Do you not know that I'm dying? And he was shocked. And the next thing I know, he started giving God thanks for his sickness. I comfort him. I said, don't worry about your sickness. I said, don't you see that I'm dying? He said, really dying? I said, yeah, but I try to deal with it. Go ahead.
Producer, I want to do something a bit special because of the very discouraging weekend. Producer, you see that photo I have where I want to appeal for my sister? Yeah, that. Put it up for me, please. To the public and those who know the Rule family, I want to make a special appeal for my sister. She's in urgent need of blood. My sister is currently back in the hospital, and she has some very serious challenges. And so what I want to do today is to ask all those who listening to this show today. This is my sister. This is one of my sisters who is not doing well. It's been a very difficult weekend for the family. She's not doing well. So for all of those who do know the Rule family, and for those who really want to, the blood bank at the Princess Margaret Hospital is an urgent need of blood. And my sister, of course, is. If you can, I would really appreciate, the Rule family would appreciate if you could go to the blood bank and donate blood for Monique Rule. I would be happy, the family would be happy, and we'll thank each and every one of those who have decided that they're going to go ahead and donate blood for my sister, who at this time is in urgent need of blood. And for all those whose prayer can reach the heavens, I beg you, please, if you can just say a prayer for her and the family at this time, that the God of the heavens, the Creator, the God of all comfort, would be with her and our family at this time as we seek the public health and all those who know us to donate blood for my sister. I am grateful to all of you who have sent words of encouragement and those who have visited her in hospital. We say thanks to you, and may God continue to bless and guide and protect you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, folks. All right, we got to read today from the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, if I'm not mistaken, 1-7. Now, brothers and sisters, about times and dates, we do not need to write to you. For you know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. While people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly as labor pains on a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. But you, brothers and sisters, are not in darkness, so that this day should surprise you like a thief. You are all children of the light and children of the day. We do not belong to the night or to the darkness. So then, let us not be like others who are asleep. Let us be awake and sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night. And those who get drunk at night. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, 1-7, I read from the NIV. May the word of God forever and ever be blessed. Amen and amen. Thank you so much, producer. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Absolutely.
Well, folks, let me start off by telling you that today is the 19th of August, August 2024, and it was exactly 32 years ago today that Hubert Ingram, who led a major campaign when he took over the Free National Movement, and he defeated Pinling and the PLP. Ingram's victory of 1992, there's been no major political achievement as great as that since Pinling led the Commonwealth of the Bahamas into independence on the 10th of July 1973. It was in 1992 when Ingram became victorious that became the end of Pinling and the PLP 25-year rule, save that of the 1997 election. After that period, in which Hubert Ingram got 2 terms, it appeared that the Bahamian people were no longer willing to give any other political leader 2 consecutive terms. And so that is the history of the Free National Movement. And of course, it is so important for young people to know this history, because this is a very important part of the Bahamian history, and it ought to be taught so that those of us who are studying it will be able to tell what took place in terms of political, economic, and other infrastructural development since Pinling and the PLP was defeated in 1992. There are many Bahamians who would not be aware that the national insurance that came about before Pinling was defeated, and for those of you who would recall, national insurance was established in 1974. You would know that independence came under Pinling and the PLP. The establishment of the Bahamas Defense Force, the establishment of the College of the Bahamas, it was Pinling and the PLP, and it was Pinling and the PLP who really advanced the academic infrastructure of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So those things are very significant, and I found it very interesting that the Free National Movement did not this year celebrate it, the 1992 victory. And of course, this perhaps need to be a lesson for the new leader of the Free National Movement. That would be Michael Pintard. You will recall that I told you that many years when Michael was a youth, I did everything in my powers to mentor him. You'll recall that I told you that I introduced him to political warfare in the bushes. You will recall that. But over the years, Michael has distanced himself from the people who were his friend when he was a youth. And he has now found a new class of fakers, a new class of imposters, a new class of F&Ms who were not a part of the struggle, who does not know the F&M history. And as a result of that, he has no one to remind him. Listen, the 19th of August is 32 years. Let's celebrate the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram and all the gallant men and women who were in the opposition, who united under Ingram's leadership and give the opposition the victory. So I thought I would point that out because it is my duty as a layman, as a man who's not educated, to point out to the masses, don't mind these people say they're educated. Don't mind they went to college and they went to university. These are a bunch of political jivers. That is what you're up against. So today, excited over the victory, I sent Mr. Ingram a wonderful WhatsApp. I thought that I should WhatsApp Mr. Ingram. And I call on everybody, if you appreciate what Hubert Ingram did for the F&M, send him a WhatsApp and thank him for his historic contribution to the democracy. God save the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is powerful today. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and of course, I'm excited to report that on the next line is the leader of His Majesty's official opposition and the leader of the Free National Movement, Michael Pintard. Mr. Pintard, are you there?
Yes, I am, Rodney.
Today is August the 19th, 2024. It's 32 years since Hubert Ingraham and the Free National Movement came to power by ending Pindling's 25 years rule. I've heard nothing from the Free National Movement. Do you have any comments?
Rodney, first of all, thanks very much for accommodating me, and let me say clearly, I do remember the many years that we struggled and challenged the Progressive Liberal Party. I was a student at the College of the Bahamas, and it was Dexter Hunt. Darren Cash really came a little after us, I think a couple of years after us, but nevertheless, we all had worked together. But a number of young Bahamians who demonstrated on Bay Street against the then government after the Commission of Inquiry during that period. That was one of those occasions where I was arrested in that demonstration. And of course, Elmer Chase played a very key role in providing representation for me on that occasion. And you demonstrated your concern for me as well. And I've always been appreciative of the guidance that was provided by yourself, by Philip Miller. No, I've not forgotten.
Did you remember? One second, Mr. Leader. 1 second. Do you remember that when Elma came for you, she did not get you? And I came and the police released you to me. Do you remember that?
No, I didn't remember. I remember that Ellie came, yourself and some others came, and I.
You don't remember?
I was then released. So I always found a different version of the stories I've heard from over the years interesting.
No. Well, I want to remind you of the facts. All right.
Yeah.
Elma came, and the police refused to turn you over to her. Philip Miller said to me on Bay Street, "Go to the Central Police Station, go get Brother Michael Pintard." And when I arrived at the Central Police Station, the officer in charge said, "Monker, you come for Brother Pintard?" I said, "Yes." They said, "Release him to Brother Monker." I then marched with you triumphantly to Bay Street, where Elma protested. She was upset that you were turned over to me, who was not an attorney. I want you to get the facts, because Philip Miller is listening to me and you.
That I appreciate the role you played, Rodney, and there were many students from the College of the Bahamas who came downtown after the arrest, and so again, I appreciate the support over those years. And the fact also, what the story I don't hear you tell often, because I normally get secondhand when Rodney is talking, but the fact that we were holding rallies at E.P. Roberts, different locations in New Providence, as a pressure group. I always opposed Third Force becoming a political organization, because my theory back then was those who were pushing for it to become a party were positioning themselves for the major parties to take the top tier of the Third Force and provide them with candidacy. I thought as a pressure group, we were very effective. We put pressure at that time on the government, on the opposition, because we just thought that there needed to be more activism in the country. But those were days where there were just so many Bahamians who were prepared to, despite the risk to themselves, they were prepared to stand up against the government. But Rodney, in terms of the commemoration, we have commemorated the August 19th. Yesterday, we were in. I was trying to get we had 10 church services throughout the Family Islands. 10 separate islands where members of the Free National Movement celebrated, had an opportunity. I spoke at Freeport Bible in in Grand Bahama to share what the significance was of that watershed moment led by Prime Minister Ingram and others who had labored for 32 years, for 25 years, challenging the Progressive Labour Party, which culminated in Mr. Ingram's leadership and leading us to victory in 1992. And so again, 10 church services where we had a chance to address the audience. I then flew into Nassau, and once again, we attended St. Michael's Methodist Church in Chippenham, had heard a very powerful sermon from Dr. Philip Raming, who, again, just a powerful word from that pastor. And so, yes, we did, in fact, share the message of some of the accomplishments that we made over the last, certainly from 1992, and of course we were re-elected in 1997, the last time since we've had 2 consecutive victories by any administration, where we expanded the infrastructural work throughout the country, particularly electrification and paving of roads, and increased the number of docks, etc., opening the airwaves so that my good brother and mentor Rodney could beat me up on occasion when he feels I'm not doing or saying the right thing. All of this is really a product of the work that was done by the Free National Movement. And then, of course, there was the deepening of our democracy. A number of principles were established by the Ingram administration in terms of cabinet governance, code of ethics for ministers, etc. And accountability and transparency became the watchword under his administration, a government in the sunshine. And so we continue to tell that story and express our gratitude. I think you were so right. It is important to consistently say thank you to those persons. We had a few of those persons who were elected in 92 was in the church service yesterday afternoon, and that was powerful to have them there. In Grand Bahama, of course, we had Nico Grant, who joined us, as well as David Thompson, who played a key role back then. And so we had good representation of people.
Why was it not broadcast? I read nothing in the media. I saw nothing on social media. I heard nothing in the news. Why was it played down?
No, I don't think it was played down. I mean, I spoke to the chairman of the party. I fully expect that over the course of this week, you will, in much the same way we had 10 church services, you're going to have persons on the airwaves throughout the course of this week. Should it have been more amplified? I agree with you, Rodney. There's no question. We should seize every opportunity to tell the story, because I think one of the powerful things about 1992, Rodney, was the fact that you had a new group of Bahamians taking leadership, and the country didn't collapse. Not only did the country not collapse, it thrived. So that was a good psychological victory for Bahamians. I think Ingram, one of the things he loved to say is that there wasn't only one mother that can give birth to a prime minister. And I think that is a wonderful thing for all Bahamians to know, that, that no one party has the blueprint for transforming the Bahamas. No one party, no one man or woman can lead the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and no one group can lead the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. That's a psychological victory, and that is what 1992 provided. And then secondly, it is a good lesson that after a wilderness experience, that that if you persevere, if you stay true to what you believe, if you're uncompromising in pursuing those ideals of your organization, there's a very real possibility that Bahamians will have confidence in you, and you could end up leading the country as we did for 4 non-consecutive terms. But that was fueled by what was done in 1992. So that was a second victory of 1992.
Well, my final question for you is, when will you return with me into the bushes?
Sorry, your voice went out just now.
When will you return with me into the forest?
Wendy, why your voice keeps going on? All I hear is, when will you return to the forest?
But I thank you for...
I think you're asking, when would we break bread? When would we break bread again and talk about the pivotal issues? I'm absolutely committed to doing that. Let me know the day and the time. Give me 2 options, and I'm prepared to join you.
I thank you very much. Happy victory, okay?
Thank you very much, Rodney, and thanks to all of the Bahamians who contributed to the 1992 victory and the 4 non-consecutive victories that we've had. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rodney.
Well, that was the opposition leader, Michael Pentad, and as you would note, he has some of the history mixed up. The police never turned him over to Elmer Campbell. She was very upset. She complained to Philip Miller, and Philip Miller then gave me instructions and said, go to the Central Police Station, go get Michael Pentad. And when I arrived, the most senior officer, he greeted me and he said, Monker, are you here for Brother Michael Pentad? I told him yes. And he said, men, release Michael Pentad to Mr. Monker. And I triumphantly marched him to Bay Street as a conquering lion, having returned from battle with my victor. It's powerful. My spiritual advisor, are you paying bills?
Yes, we can do that.
No bills today?
Yeah, we can pay.
Pay some bills.
Okay, so the work center located at Rosetta Street across the road from Roberts Furniture is your one-stop shop for back to school Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school. Everybody needs money, so why not send money now and always send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today and send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life.
It's powerful.
Back to you.
Well, folks, having said that to you, I've told you that the FNM is celebrating 32 years. Michael would not be aware that I had 3 undercover men at an event, and so they were providing me with up-to-date intelligence of what is taking place. But I've received intelligence that Mr. Ingram, he's excited, he's happy, and he's having a wonderful time. Well, the health minister, Dr. Michael Davile, issued a statement on Friday in which he has announced that the government recognizes the international statement of the World Health Organization of the danger of the Mpox. You know, M is for monkey, macaque. And he says that the government of the Bahamas is ready. They're not going to take any, if I understand him correctly, any preventative measures. They're not going to close down anything. But I was happy to hear that Dr. Davile said we have plenty vaccine. And of course, he has revealed that at least once we had 1 case of the monkey pox here in the Bahamas. So that is good news to hear that they have a certain protocol in place in the event it breaks out in the Bahamas. You would recall that I did tell you on Thursday of last week that the World Health Organization in London had issued a statement warning the world that in Africa, monkeypox has broken out. And I've warned you of the danger of monkeypox spreading in Haiti because we do know geographically it's located in the Congo. Then from the Congo, it's in Rwanda. And then in Rwanda, it's in Kenya. And in Haiti is where the Kenyan armed forces are. And so I'm very concerned about that because there are certain situations that has me very concerned, and I would hope and pray that the Kenyans do not bring monkey pox, because there are parts of Africa where monkey is still eaten. And my tribe, we have not eaten any monkey in about 600 years, okay? I think that's how long my part of Africa has been here in the New World, so we haven't had any monkey, nor have we eaten any rats. But that is, so it's good news, and I want every Haitian in the Bahamas to send a WhatsApp to Haiti and let them know that they have to be careful for the monkey pox, and that would be powerful. Any comments on monkey pox?
No, sir,
my
no.
spiritual
Not at all.
advisor.
Not
Okay,
at
so
all.
that is good to know that the Davis administration is ready to deal with monkey pox.
Mpox.
Yeah, mpox. Now there's something happening around the courts that has me concerned. If I'm able to put my hand on that story, apparently 2 retired judges of the Supreme Court were compelled to go to court. And so I find it very, very interesting that, let's see, what happened here? I don't see this story. Well, there are 2 judges. They are Justice Diane Stewart. Justice Diane Stewart would be the sister of the Secretary General of the Free National Movement, Dr. Dwayne Sands. It's very important that you know who I'm talking about. The other judge is Justice Indra Charles. You would recall that some time ago she dealt with a matter involving Jerome Fitzgerald, Fred Mitchell, and some other Negro person. And that was a very interesting case. Well, apparently there is a man and his wife who, in their court, was a matter involving Finco Bank and a Negro man and his Negro wife. And their ladyships, perhaps separately, rule against the Bahamian man and his wife. And so it appears that what they did was that they established some kind of social media on YouTube. And in the process, they launched a series of attack, my words, on their ladyship. So they badmouthed them. This is not the first time you will find that on social media. There are other judges, if you went on social media, where foreign white people have created pages very critical of judges of our High Court. So this is what has happened in that case. And the judges appeared to have gone to court. And the court has issued an injunction. And so these 2 citizens who lost the case against Finco Bank, they have been told that they are commanded to take down whatever story, whatever article, whatever gossip that they have on social media against those 2 judges. If they refuse to do so, they run the risk of going to prison, they run the risk of their assets being seized, and anyone who then goes to that social media and perhaps make comments, they then become complicit. And the injunction also affects their activity, and they themselves could be penalized. They themselves could be sentenced to prison. Their assets could be seized. So this is a very interesting case where these two judges have been compelled. Apparently, they have either retired or half retired. And by half retired, meaning that maybe they have one or two more judgments that need to be written, one or two more, findings that needs to be executed, but they are being harassed. And so this is a very, very interesting case. And so I'm going to invite those of you who love social media and who love to make bad comments. If you come across any article on social media, and by social media I mean either Facebook, on WhatsApp, on YouTube, or whatever media, any website, and it involves those two judges which I named, Indra Charles and Justice Diane Sands Stewart. If you participate in it, if you make comments, you are complicit, and that judgment, that order covers you. Now, if you want to go to prison, if you want your assets to be seized, participate. So I would want to suggest that you should not participate and you should back away. Yeah, I think that is what you ought to do. Have you heard anything about it, my spiritual advisor?
No, I haven't. No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
so that is what's going on.
I should read it at some point.
One of the major controversies in our country as justice is apparently being stabbed. See, this here is an example. You would have heard me saying from time to time how justice can be stabbed in her most vital parts. Well, this is an example of justice being stabbed in her most vital parts. And of course, their ladyships shall not stand still and have justice stab them in their most vital parts. They are putting up a defense, and it's a damn good defense, okay? So you should walk away and stay out of it, okay? So it is to be seen whether or not those people will now go to the Court of Appeal, or whether or not they will head to London and petition the King's Court, which is the Privy Council. When I come back, as you know, today in the United States, the Democratic Party shall be holding their convention. I would like for every Bahamian to tune in to the convention in the United States so that you can learn how to put on a convention. So we've seen how the Republican had a wonderful, peaceful convention, and the Democratic Party is expected to also have a peaceful convention. But not since 1968 that there is a potential threat to the Democrat nomination, because in 1968 they had major protests over the Vietnam War, and thousands of Americans showed up. They protested, riot breakout, they stormed the convention. Well, that was before terrorism was as sophisticated. Now, because of terrorism, because there was an attempt at the assassination of President Trump, the security at the Democratic Convention is going to be very powerful. There's thousands of law enforcement officers who's going to participate. And then, of course, Americans are going to have fun. It's going to be a beautiful convention. It's going to be fun. There's going to be some great speakers. There's going to be lots of row. There's going to be a lot of demonstration. You can learn how to prepare good placards. And then you could learn how to issue good political statements. So last night, I sat up just listening to what the Democrats were saying to Republicans, and I should be able to advise the Republican how to push back. So it's a great election, and don't be no fool. Enjoy this election, because this election is great. Now you're going to find that there's a lot of lies and propaganda being spread. No matter what you hear, Donald Trump is leading. No matter what poll you hear them say, and this is the poll to watch out for. See, I, in the 80s, conducted some of the most scientific polls. Watch out for me. When I come back, I will tell you what poll in the United States of America to look out for. The other polls, jump over it, okay? Donald Trump is going to win. He is our man. And I call on black people all over the Commonwealth of the Bahamas to accept Donald Trump leadership. It's Trump, Trump, Trump. Fight, fight, fight. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley is my spiritual advisor, and we look at some birthdays. Bradley?
Yeah, we got some birthdays and some shout-outs, one or two shout-outs to do today. Let's see. Let's go down the list and see what we have. 323 777. All right. So, Keelan Moxie. Happy sweet 16 birthday to Keelan Moxie, all the way in Groveville, Exuma. Birthday blessings are coming in from his parents. That's Gertie and Joe, his aunts, his Palm, Denise, Sue, Leah, Tashi, Kim, Uncle Quentin, and from his favorite cousins, Darius, Marklin, Keelan, DJ, of course the entire Road family. So happy sweet 16th birthday to Keelan Moxie, all the way down there in Groveville, Exuma. All right, so Tavia McKenzie is also having a birthday. Happy birthday to Tavia McKenzie. It's coming from her husband Derek, her daughter Sasha, her son DJ, and the entire Rule and Force families as well. Enjoy your day, Tavia McKenzie. Then we got a special shout out. I want to shout out some cashiers, some CSRs at Fidelity Bank in Palmdale. We want to shout out Sunday Pratt. We want to shout out Devon Flowers and J. Tavia Roxbury. These are some CSRs down there at Fidelity Bank in Palmdale. So special shout out to Sunday, Devon Flowers, and Jatavia Roxbury. Thank you so much for your professional service. God bless you. And we want to say a special, we want to do a rest in peace. I think Charles Johnson, is that you?
Charles Hubert Johnson, he buried on Saturday at St. Joseph Catholic Church.
Okay.
He hails from Beanstown. So we remembered him on Saturday.
All right.
Yeah.
I think, and also, is Michael Akita's back to school event?
Yes, go ahead.
And the Michael Akita's back to school event, I guess it's going to be at the First Baptist Church parking lot.
Yes.
Situated on Coconut Grove Avenue and Market Street.
Right.
Where Michael Akitas will give out Sunday. Hold on.
Well, he will be giving out back to school goods.
Goods. Oh yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It'll be back to school supplies for the new year.
Right.
It's going to be on Saturday, the 28th of August.
No, but Saturday is actually the 24th. I apologize. I put 28th.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The 24th.
Yeah.
Let me see. And then
Can you show us where Michael Halkitis is going to have this event at the? Yes, there it is. My spiritual advisor, Michael Halkitis. He is the state minister responsible for finance and the governing Progressive Liberal Party candidate for the St. Barnabas constituency. So this Saturday, which is the 24th of August, Mr. Halkitis, he's going to be there, him and his team, and there will be a back to school. So we want all the young people who are living in the constituency to show up and to participate, and this is going to be powerful. So it's Saturday. That's Saturday, the
24th of August.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's right here, as you can see, over on the eastern side of Market Street. You can see the First Baptist Church
building.
And then just to the west of it, closer to the screen, that is the parking facility of the church, and it's going to be right there Saturday, okay? So we want the people living in St. Barnabas to show up, and let's have a wonderful time as we celebrate with Michael Halkitis. It's powerful.
Also, the Southern Shores constituency is going to have a back-to-school jamboree, the Old School Bay. This is going to be held this Thursday, which is the 22nd of August. Prizes, games, food, drinks, chicken in the bag, cup, baggy, salty. Of course, it's going to be at the Percy Mullins Park. That's this Thursday, August the 22nd, 2024. The time is going to be between the hours of 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. So The highest GPA is going to be announced, and of course, primary, junior, and senior high schools are the ones who I think will be participating in this highest GPA announcement that will be done at that time. So the coupon must be presented to redeem school package. This, of course, is courtesy of the Southern Shores constituency, and Leroy Major, who's a member of Parliament for Southern Shores, is going to hold this back to school jamboree, the Old School Bay, on Thursday, August 22nd, at the Percy Winners Park, all right, between the hours of 4 and 7 p.m. All right, what else do we got, Sandra?
Well, basically that is what it is. So it's a wonderful back to school. And I want to say to the students, the members of Parliament and those who are interested in state office have been playing a major role in terms of providing school supply for our students. But our students have not been doing very well in the school, and I finally think I figured out what the cause is. I think Belinda Wilson and the Bahamas Union of Teachers, they have to take responsibility, and perhaps the time has come for Belinda to become one of the principals of our high school, and she should return to the classroom because she's an excellent tutor. And Belinda needs a negotiator who's going to sit with Belinda and say to Belinda, Belinda, do you think that the government should be paying the teachers all this money and the children them just barely got over D? Somebody got to talk to Belinda and them. The union must demand more money as the students progress. So if the students them know their alphabet very well, more money. If the students them could count very well, more money. If the students appreciate geography, and particularly the geography of the Bahamas, more money for the teachers. Then we come to history. If the students know our history, can articulate our history, it is a demonstration that the teacher them is smart and that the teacher them is teaching the children. For life, it's key to have a whole $1 million in the back there and say to themselves, we ain't got to worry about spending this $1 million because them children could barely climb over D. Come on, but Belinda needs to take shame. See, somebody needs to tell Belinda Wilson it's time that she take responsibility. I really think so. Because if Belinda warned these children to advance, she has the motivational skills to do it. I know her. She's very educated. She's very intelligent. She has a good relationship with the children there. And the time has come for us to stop wasting these millions of dollars. It's better that we take them in the bush and teach them agriculture. It's better to teach them how to lay blocks, and some of them how to lay pipes. It's better, because something got to be wrong for us to be billing all these schools, painting, you know how much thousands of dollars worth of paint? You know how big the paint contract is? And then the children them barely could get over D? I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, let's see if we can have a talk with Belinda. I think we need to talk with Belinda Dam. And if we could talk with Belinda and say to Belinda, Belinda, you think Life with Key should come up with $250,000? Huh? I don't know. But I thought I'll say that to you all for what it's worth, my spiritual advisor.
Yeah, let's move on then. So,
Okay.
But before we do, sorry, I understand that there is a cholera outbreak in Nigeria. I understand now.
Oh, Jesus.
So that's one of the things that's been making the news around the world.
So we got cholera in Africa.
In Nigeria, yeah, and now and of course Mpox. So
Okay. But when they finish with Haiti.
it's just one of those things that you don't want to happen.
I see moi yo.
But there's a cholera outbreak.
Jodi a, sa yo tande le spiritual advisor pale na Afrique yo. I gen an pil maladi. Pou ki sa? I gen an pil maladi. An le moun yo noa. Kembe maladi yo ale na Haiti. It's
I don't know. Why do you keep connecting certain portions of Africa with Haiti?
because it is.
There you go.
the-
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Oh man, this is something.
What is it saying?
Call it. Well, they've shown some photos
Right?
of this outbreak.
Yes.
And no doubt you can see why, because of the really, really poor, unhealthy conditions.
And it's them who holding peace in Africa.
Yeah.
All right.
It's unfortunate.
Haiti already has substandard conditions.
Yeah.
Right? And for soul brother to come from Africa, say he maintaining law and order, they're going to kill my people out.
Okay.
So I think those of us in the Bahamas, we have to ask for an occupying force that does not have monkeypox, okay? And perhaps an occupying force that does not have cholera. So look what they're going to do to Africa, to Haiti. And mes amis m'a fâché, je dis, c'est pas possible pour parler dit. C'est pas possible pour parler dit. Même m'a fâché. All right? And don't pay no attention to the spiritual
Well,
advisor.
Just speak English, man.
All right? Okay?
This is not Haitian ILTV studios, you know. This is a Bahamian state.
Listen, we are multicultural.
Okay.
Aren't we living
Mind
in a
you,
multicultural society?
a lot of people do understand what you're saying because we have a lot of Bahamians. No. Wait, how do you
A lot of Bahamians who speak Haitian Creole.
Right, so we have a lot of Haitian Bahamians.
Yeah. And sometimes I have to speak secretly. You see, as the secret leader of the Haitian people, I can speak secretly. All right? So that my right hand will not be upset by my left hand.
Producer, is that thunder we hear it? Oh, so the weather is getting a bit bad outside? Okay. all right.
Well, let's go to the United States for the time being. Tonight, is it Chicago? Chicago?
Yeah, the Democratic Party is opening their national convention.
The Democratic Party
The DNC.
shall open up their convention. This convention, as you can see in the United States, they have what I call First World Convention. And we need to study the conventions of the United States so that we can learn how to implement them and introduce them here in the Bahamas. So I'm going to invite Bahamians to watch the convention. And I want you to enjoy the greatest political show on the earth, because the Americans are having a wonderful time debating the issues, rowing, raising money, coming up with all kind of idea, and teething one another idea. And so they will gather in Chicago. There's going to be thousands of Americans who are going to picket. This is important for those of us who live in the third world, so we could learn how it is done in the first world. Nothing is done to prevent your citizens from carrying out peaceful, political protests. I yearn for a day when the Progressive Liberal Party is in convention and thousands are marching up and down. I yearn for a day when the FNM is in convention and thousands are marching up and down. You would recall that our party, the FNM, had convention the other day. They almost beat the hell out of me. And it was only me one. Can you imagine if I had carried many FNMs at the convention with me? You don't want that in a democracy. In a democracy, you have to tolerate citizens protesting peacefully. It's good for the democracy. People could talk, right? And so we have to learn from the Americans. Now, you will note that both major political parties are raising millions of dollars. What would you think the money is for? It's to buy propaganda, it's to spread good information, bad information, truth, some lies, propaganda, great propaganda. Now, I want you to know that Donald Trump is winning. He is winning. Don't mind them polls. You have to listen to the polls to be able to analyze it. The more educated you are, the less is your gift to analyze American polls. So I'm going to teach you how to determine which polls are correct. So what you have to listen for is, state by state, who is winning, what kind of votes you get from the various states, my spiritual advisor?
The electoral votes?
The electoral votes. Don't forget what happened in 2016. Mrs. Clinton, she got the popular vote. She got the majority of the votes, but she didn't win the, what kind of votes?
The electoral ones.
The electoral votes. That's how you determine. So Donald Trump is leading in the electoral votes. And the only way for Donald to lose this election, if the United States government decide that they're gonna act like the Venezuelan government, if they're gonna act like a third world banana republic. But if the Americans set up an example, and if they're committed to the rule of law, Donald Trump will sweep it clean. Like Henry Bostwick would have said, he would sweep it clean, he will keep it clean, and it's going to be powerful. So Donald Trump is going to win. Him and J.C. Wan. I don't want y'all behaving to be stupid. Okay? If y'all are opposed to Trump, keep it quiet. Don't let nobody know. If y'all are opposed to the Republican Party, keep quiet on it. Okay? I don't want Trump to be upset when he wins and then he looks around to see who all was on his side. Don't forget what this is, scratch me back. Scratch me back. The more, you got it? So this is powerful. It's a great day in the world. There's great peace. They carry on bad sometimes, but basically it's a very peaceful electoral process taking place. And I expect it to remain peaceful. And I expect Donald John Trump to become the 47th President of the United States of America. And it is my hope that once he is elected, the government of the Bahamas, led by Philip Brave Davis, will invite him to a state visit. It's not going to be powerful. If there's a state visit, they have to close down the whole Bahamas. Just close down everything. We'll declare a public holiday. Donald Trump will come, and then we'll take him to Arawaki so that he can see, he can see what's going on there. There'll be speeches, we can party, and so forth. Now, with the election of Donald Trump, there are certain things that will not change. You still can need a clean record to go to the United States. There can't be no hanky-panky, okay? He's going to close down the budget. If you look at America, the security in the United States is horrible, all right? The border, there is no protection of the border. And for those of you who are upset with Trump, just think about the immigration problem in the Bahamas. My people, the Haitian people, we come here in the thousands, and y'all are mad. Y'all are mad. Well, if y'all are angry for us to be coming here in our thousands and be black just like y'all, judge for all them people to be invading the United States. All kind of people. All right? And when Donald is elected, guess what he's going to do? He's going to tell Mexico to move all them people from around the wall. Okay? Watch what is happening. In the United States, the Democrats refuse to say to Mexico, man, get these people from around this wall. All right? That is what you do. You turn to the country, the host country, and say, listen, why y'all got all these people around this wall trying to jump over this wall? Donald Trump is going to do it. Don't be mad with Donald Trump. Because when we came to the Bahamas from Haiti, y'all didn't want us here. Y'all still don't want many of us here. So put Donald Trump in your shoe. Okay? And in our case, you can't tell we's Haitian. Because we look like you, we act like you, we can speak good English just like you. All right? So let's go with Donald Trump. And I call on black people everywhere to pray for brother Donald Trump, and let us put racism on the side. All right? If you do not support Donald Trump, you are a racist. If you don't like Donald Trump, you are a racist. If you love Donald Trump, you're not a racist. If you vote for Donald Trump, you're not a racist. Donald Trump is for policies. He's going to make America great. He's going to have a wonderful armed forces. Americans can have millions of dollars they can have in saving. And we depend on tourism. And I am satisfied if it's God's will. I'm well, I'm alive. I should be able to get Donald Trump to tell every American to come to the Bahamas. And then we could reduce some of the costs of living in the Bahamas and just make money. Conch salad need not be $20. We could reduce the cost of conch salad and make plenty money. Conch fritter need not be as expensive, okay? Because I happen to have been to Bay Street, the spiritual advisor and I and Dion Delancey, we went to Gombe. And Gombe was wonderful. Do we have any video on Gombe? We went to Gombe and I was doing some analysis because the history of Gombe is the history of a wonderful increase in the population. And we've had a lot of Gombe babies, okay? I gotta teach y'all about that. This is powerful. This has been a match. God saved the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God saved the King. Gombe Mama, beat the drum again. Gombe Papa having fun. We gotta talk about Gombe. You hear me? Listen to me. I saw more Gombe baby on Bay Street. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor. This morning there was a fire in Harbor Island. Residents of Harbor Island, they're giving God thanks that before the fire there was a rain. As a result of that rain, God sent enough water to settle in one of the neighbors' pool. And since the fire engine isn't working, the hydrants are not working. Had it not been for the rain, according to a Negro resident, they would not have had the pool full of water where the neighbors went to the pool, dipped water, threw it on the fire, and so forth. So it's my hope and prayer that it will rain more in Harbor Island so that all pools, all pumps, all wells would be filled in the event of an emergency. So I want the people of Harbor Island to know that I'm praying for them and I want them to be safe, but continue to be your brother's keeper. Any sign of fire, go for water, help the neighbor, and then call me and let me know. So I think that's about it, what I should have said, hey? Yeah. So folks, there's some other things I'll talk about tomorrow. I'll tell you how the St. Joseph Church, we went on a picnic yesterday. That was very exciting, very good. I had a wonderful time with parishioners and we had a wonderful time. It was great. And since all of us are Christians, everything was peaceful and we all knew that we are Christians by our love. So I thank all of the members for their Christian aspiration, for their love and so forth. And I thank the lady for giving me piece of the pancake. It was great. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. And I want to thank Brother Jacks for the long grilled corn and the mutton that he barbecued. So this is powerful. So my spiritual advisor, there's thunder outside.
You got some videos you want to show about the drunken event? What is it?
Why don't we save it for tomorrow?
Okay.
Yeah.
We can save it for tomorrow.
Save Gombe for tomorrow. How does it
All
sound?
right, so we're going to open the lines.
Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Okay, we're going to open the lines. The lines are open. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 or 698-0776. Call us. We're hearing a lot of thunder outside. I think we do hear some rain falling, so it is raining in this area.
There's no hurricane, is there?
There is some thunder.
I have my first call from a solid F&M. Hello, is this the F&M?
Yeah, yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, as soon as Donald Trump wins, he's coming to the Bahamas to officially open the embassy.
This is powerful. So you support Donald Trump?
100%.
Listen, I always knew that you were a wonderful F&M. You must spread the word and let every F&M know that Donald Trump is the man, okay?
Will do.
While you're doing that, I'll work on the PLP, okay?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
This
great.
is powerful. Yeah. Okay.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Good evening, Mr. Manco.
So,
Mr. Roll,
Yes, sir. How are you?
and orator, and the producer. Mr. Manco,
yes.
one of the biggest achievements Hubert Ingram did, apart from opening the airwaves, in my opinion, was dredging the Nassau Harbor so that big ships can come in.
That is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Manco,
Yes.
when I don't want to get no argument. I just want to prove a point.
Go ahead.
When I tell you that Penland played a role that restricted Bahamians from casino gambling, what was your reply?
Help me. Tell me what it was.
Okay, I can give you some information.
Go ahead.
The fact of the matter is, the Lottery and Gaming Act
Yes.
came into force
Yes.
in 1969.
1969.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And the UBP
Yes.
was the ruling party between 1958 and 1967.
Yes.
Okay. And the UBP and the PLP agreed that residents should be restricted from casino gambling.
Okay. Okay.
Because they feared the social and economic havoc it might have on the country.
Okay.
And many church leaders were opposed to gambling.
Okay.
And a compromise was reached
Yes.
in which visitors was allowed to gamble.
And sin. And go to
And-
hell.
And on January 16,
Yes.
1968,
Yes.
Lyndon Penland released a statement that his government had come to the conclusion
Yes.
that for the sake of the reputation and future progress and development of the Bahama Island and the people, it is essential that the Bahamas should not be looked upon as a gambling resort.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Well, before I say that, I will test you, Negro. Who is David McClurry?
I don't know.
He's the Negro man who funded Penland and the PLP, and Penland told and he declared that the conditions under the UBP were so terrible that he was prepared to cut a deal with the devil. Watch out for me, Negro.
So Penland played a role.
Do not look at what Penland say. Look at what the white man said. In the commission, listen to me.
I'm agreed together, the UBP and the PLP.
I want you to
agreed.
listen to me. The UBP wasn't the real white people. The UBP is the County
The
Joe
mainstream
version
boys.
of you. The real white people were those who comprised the Commission of Inquiry.
Well, let
And
me ask you a question.
hold on. And they found in the Commission of Inquiry report that the Negro, that's people who look like you, should not be denied the right to enter a casino and participate in gaming.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Uh-huh.
Now, why I accuse Penland, right,
Yes.
is because he was a part of the negotiation
Which negotiation?
on casino gambling. Because it's his government who agreed.
Yeah, but prior to that 69 legislation,
Right.
Bahamians were not permitted to gamble.
Right.
So whatever Penlindos did in 69 was already in existence. Now, my problem is I'll have to go and look at the 69 legislation to see, one, was that an original legislation or an amendment to the existing? Because do not forget that the late Carlton Francis, who was the Baptist
course.
minister, he got into a dispute over the gambling.
Right.
And when he objected, what did Arthur Dion Hanna did to him?
Right.
Arthur Dion Hanna tear a piece of paper and pass it to him and told him, do what honorable men do when you disagree. The only minister who has not complied with the Arthur Hanna principle is his daughter, Glennis.
But Penland had more power than Arthur.
I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to what I just said to you. There is a principle that says that if you are in the cabinet and or holding a substantive government position. And if you are in opposition to what the government say, you do the honorable thing. Ada Hanna ensure that the late Carlton Francis did it. Glennis Hanna, his daughter, is the only minister who gets away with not complying with a principle her father established in the PLP. Watch out for Rodney Monka.
But Mr. Monka,
Yeah.
no other man or woman, black or white, house members or church members, had the support and the influence of the Bahamian people in the 60s, 70s, and 80s like Lyndon Finland.
Not until he ended up seeing the clash between the UBP and the Baptist movement
Yes.
when Sir Roland Simnett, who was the premier, he broke with Sir Stafford during the march against casino gambling, while Sir Stafford went to the House of Assembly and passed it.
Right.
All right.
We got some more
Finland
callers
was
waiting.
bigger than all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, Penland was big, but the Baptist Church was the largest Christian denomination in the Bahamas,
At the time, eh?
and they were very, very saved during that period.
Back then. We got some more callers waiting, okay, caller?
Call me tomorrow.
We thank you so much for your contribution. Okay, welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello?
Good afternoon, caller. Go ahead.
Yes. Mr. Monka,
So,
did you get to bury your brother?
my cousin,
Your cousin?
Parry.
not yet.
Did you protest?
Well, you see, tomorrow. No. Listen to what happened. Tomorrow, I shall contact the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Works to ask him where is Titty grave in the Western Cemetery, so that my first cousin could go there, because the Adventists now got a new excuse. They tell us to blame it on the government, so the government take the grave from them. Well, I'm going to ask the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Work tomorrow, if God spare my life, whether or not it's true that they took the grave from the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And if the permanent secretary tell me it is true, I'm going to tell him one of them grave belonged to cousin Parry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rodney,
Yeah.
I swear you would have gone there on the Sabbath
Was it no funeral?
and they'd lay hand on you.
No, I was at a funeral.
They'd lay hand on you if you go there Saturday.
No, I was not going to go and disturb Christian service.
Why make all why
I can
why make all
protest.
that noise?
No, I listen to me. Listen to me. I was not going to the church to protest. I know where the office is. And
I know you wasn't gonna go, Rodney.
Yeah.
This
Thank you
man-
so much,
you
caller.
ain't listening to
Caller,
me.
thank you so much,
Take
man.
it care.
Take care, sir.
And you don't
All
know
right.
a secret about me. I was a pathfinder. So many of the persons who have emerged in charge of the Adventist Church, I know them. Because my auntie was a big-time Adventist. And between her and her brother, they had me from church to church. They make me pray all day on Saturday. And then when Sunday, my uncle Dudley would tell Mama to get me ready. And they take me to the Church of God of Prophecy. And I had to pray all Sunday. So they had me praying Saturday and Sunday. So I know all the ritual. And by the time they finish with me, I have the gift of tongue. This is powerful.
But the argument has been advanced that those grave sites or those graves, the government has decided that they're going to rescind those documents.
The government can't rescind document. There's something
Because
called the Acquisition of Land Act. And under the acquisition of
They
land,
took the papers back.
are you listening to me?
So now what you want the
I want you to listen
Burial
to me.
Society to do?
I want you to listen to me. Under the Acquisition of Land Act, if the government seizes your property, they must pay just compensation.
So for those who would have paid for those graves, when the government took the papers back, they should have been reimbursed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Seventh-day Adventist Church has a duty to find my first cousin grave. Okay? It would be me and them.
Yeah,
but
so-
I'm
so-
going to ask Luther Smith, who is the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Works.
What you gonna ask him?
I'm going to ask him, one, is it true that the government took away all them grave from the Seventh-day Adventist Church? If he says yes, I will then say to him, one of them belong to my cousin, and I need to get that grave back.
And I understand that, but what you really need to do is advance the argument that there's more sites that they should earmark for public burials.
That's a different story. Right now,
Because right now, that's what they need.
no,
That's the issue.
right now, I need me a
I
grave.
understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But
Yeah.
in the future, so this doesn't happen, the government
No,
needs
no,
to
no.
acquire
The
more
Seventh-day
land.
Adventists, they're wrong. They should have told cousin
also-
Parry. They should have told cousin
Yeah.
Parry, listen to me.
It's a burial society. Ain't nobody into that
My
no more,
spiritual
Senator. You understand
advisor,
that, right?
stop saying that. You can't collect my money. And
How
then-
much money, though? Like $3?
It doesn't matter how much money,
$5?
whatever the church charge.
And there's a maximum. You understand that, right?
Why are you listening to them?
No.
You don't
No,
know
no.
who I am, eh?
Listen,
I don't
the
walk
Seventh-day
hard. Listen to me.
The Seventh-day Adventist called me.
Listen to me.
And they outlined.
I got
There's a
blood.
maximum, Senator.
What?
There's a
I
maximum
couldn't
payment.
care if it's a minimum. They owe him a burial,
They give him the money, man.
right?
$1,200.
They owe him a burial.
Yeah, who could get buried
I
with
want the
it?
grave.
Who could get buried for $1,200?
Well, they ought to have known better. They ought to know better. All right? See, watch me. I am very close biologically to Seventh-day Adventists.
How so?
My family.
Your family are Adventist?
Yeah. My family is Adventist.
Who in your family is Adventist?
Oh, starting from Dr. Nigel Lewis.
He's a Seventh-day Adventist?
He's a 7 days Adventist.
I need to have a talk with him, man. He's too intelligent for that.
Leave my first
Yeah,
cousin
man, no, man,
alone.
he's too intelligent for that. He shouldn't be a Seventh-day Adventist. He should be a Christian. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Are you there, caller? Go ahead, caller.
Hello, can I speak to Mr. Rodney?
So, here I am.
This your good friend.
Hey,
This your good friend.
come on here.
You good who? You good who?
This your good.
Yes.
Is it
Talk.
you good friend?
Talk.
This your good friend.
Yes.
You only speak to by the shop before, man.
Yes, talk to me, Papa.
Oh,
I
okay.
was calling about some holes in the road.
Where is this hole?
The hole in Nassau Village.
Can you send me a location marker?
Okay.
Send me a location marker because I don't want you to treat me like a Negro who complained to me about Elizabeth Estate.
Yes, sir.
They told me how the male's bathroom was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to Marcus Louis, take me to Elizabeth Estate. Let me inspect it. And when hold on, when I walk into the men's bathroom at the Elizabeth Estate, it is a palace. Go ahead. What else you say?
I called the concern about the area where he live. It doesn't have no bathroom, nothing on the park. On private park.
I want you to take me a picture, send it to me, and send me a WhatsApp location. Who's your MP?
I forget her name.
It's a
one
male.
lady for Pinewood.
Is it a man or a woman?
It's a man, I think.
Is
And
he?
I spoke to him.
Hold on.
I spoke with him.
Help me. Is he a brown-skinned man?
Yes, sir.
Is that Miles LaRoda?
Yes, sir.
Listen to me. Send that to me quickly. Take a picture of the bathroom. Send me a location marker. And Miles LaRoda will immediately dispatch somebody to fix it because Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis has called on PLPs everywhere to get ready. Okay?
And I also have not concerned, but $1 million. I told him about the bush in the area. People's behind in the bush. He
Really?
send the truck to get to push it back.
What part this is?
That's on the side. So they put it from down from Pinewood Park where the man said the car can stop.
In Pinewood Gardens?
Pinewood
Yes,
Park.
sir. Right across the road.
You send me a picture of that. I'm not going to bother with Warren Miller. It's Miles LaRoda. Okay? And
They need to,
what other problem you have?
they need to send the truck to the push that down, man. That push.
Send me a photograph of it. Send me a location marker. I'm thinking of a wonderful man
Yes, sir.
who would be good to send down there to push that down.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Now you gonna send it?
Yeah.
Send it now because I love the people of Pinewood
I
Garden.
can send you a picture.
Send me a picture and a location marker. You understand location marker? If you ain't sure, ask your neighbor how to do it.
Okay.
Okay? And I thank you. Every problem you see in Pinewood, you call me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Because I gotta get Miles LaRoda elected again. What she said she want to shout out?
Yes, sir. You want them to shout out?
What's her name?
That's Miss Wilson.
Miss Wilson?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Miss Wilson, I salute you and I want you to know that I love the Wilson family, okay? I had a teacher in primary school. She was a Wilson. They're some of the greatest citizens I know. God bless you, Miss Wilson. Send me the pictures and a location marker and I'll have Minister Miles LaRoda immediately deal with that, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
323-7775. There's some folks who want clarification as to where Poissy Munnins Park is.
Poissy Munnins Park.
Yeah. Is it just off McKinney and Vendel Drive? Fire Trail? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where it is. I think
What's happening in
Poissy Munnins Park. That's where the Southern Shores constituents going to have their
Okay.
back to school giveaway, the back to school
Okay.
jamboree. Okay, Poissy Munnins Park
Well, you should do what I did.
is just off Fire Trail onto McKinney Drive. As you onto McKinney Drive, look for Wendell. That's Vendal, Wendell Drive, and you should see the park right in that immediate area. So
Okay.
Fire Trail, McKinney Drive, and just look for Wendell Drive, and you'll run into Poissy Munnins Park.
Or get a picture of the area.
Google it. It's right there. It
Okay.
gives you all the directions so you can find Poissy Munnins Park.
Yeah.
Okay? So 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live.
Hello?
Are you there, caller?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. You're live.
Sir, spiritual advisor.
Yes, ma'am.
I really had a lot of respect for you until you opened your mouth and said, Mr. Lewis, you thought he was too smart to be a 7 Days Adventist. Obviously, you don't know your Bible, sir. Get back
Okay.
in your Bible and learn it.
Let me ask you a
and
question.
stop coming on this TV and bashing Adventist.
Let me ask you a
It's
question.
not nice.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Is this-
but it's not nice.
Okay, is the 7 Day
Bye-bye.
Adventist Church in the Bible? Can I go to the Bible and
Miss
find the
Principal,
7 Day
I said,
Adventist Church there?
leave my place cousin alone, eh?
Is the 7 Day Adventist Church in the Bible?
I don't know.
Have
if
you
they-
seen it?
All I want to
I've
do,
looked for it for the last 58 years and I can't find it.
all I want them to do is to find the
Listen
grave.
to me. I've looked in the New Testament and I've
we have
looked
a
for
call?
the 7 Day Adventist Church. I
Mr.
can't
Professor.
find it in the
Hello,
Bible.
welcome to Freedom March.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. We don't really, Santa.
Mr.
you
Bishop, I
remember how you how you said Cousin Parry apparently had stopped eating cock, right? And they tell you, Cousin Parry told you all.
Something can give with my family, man.
So you can conquer sin. And you all ask Cousin Parry, who tell him that?
Look how you didn't give me my family. Stop it, eh? Me and my family, we live good.
Let me tell you, I spoke to a very, very close friend of Roddy Munker who used to be the president of the 7 Day Adventist Church. And him and I are going to agree very shortly to sit down and maybe have a public debate on the teachings of the 7 Day Adventist Church versus the New Testament. Because there's a fundamental difference between the 7 Day Adventist teachings and the New Testament. the Seventh-day Adventist Church clings wholly and solely, and a lot of its teachings, to the Old Testament, where you find the various food laws. You know, Leviticus chapter 11 deals strictly with the food laws. God told the Israelites that they were not to eat certain things. But when you come to the New Testament, that law has been changed. That's why I said you cannot find the Seventh-day Adventist Church in the New Testament, because simply it is not there. All right? Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Hello, caller. You there?
Professor Ryder.
Yes, sir. How are you?
And good afternoon, Katsera.
God save the king.
We're there in the show? We're so sorry we're out of time. Wow.
Listen, the Democrat Party is having convention tonight. Let's watch it. Let's see if they can teach the Republican good ideas. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the United States of America. God save Donald Trump, our incoming world leader.
Sorry, caller.
Trump. Fight, fight, fight.